So, if you needed more evidence that the RNC and the DNC are one and the same, this video will leave you pretty much convinced. Let me back out a little bit. As you all know, the RNC and the DNC have been holding their conventions over the last couple of weeks, and one theme seems to be very prevalent in both the RNC and DNC convention, and that is that the delegates really don't matter. The people that we send there, that we vote to send there to represent the people because we are supposed to be a republic, their voices are not being listened to by either party. And I'm going to go ahead and run a little bit here. Reince Priebus. What a weird name is that anyhow. Anyhow, one is with Reince Priebus, the RNC head, and with John Boner. Why do both these guys have last names that sound phallic in nature? Reince Penis and John Boner. We should have knew these guys were going to ignore the delegations. Anyhow, both of these guys also ignore the delegates and their votes and refuse to hold a floor vote and just go along with the script. And let's go ahead and watch that now, shall we?
Aye. All those delegates opposed, say no. In the opinion of the... Let me do that again. All of those delegates in favor say aye. All those delegates opposed say no.
Offered by the delegate from Kentucky. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chairs, the ayes have it and the motion is agreed to.
I'll do that one more time. All those delegates in favor say aye. All those delegates opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 have voted in the affirmative. The motion is adopted, and the platform has been amended. Those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, no. Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
So a few things that are disturbing about this stuff that you just watched. At least the Latino guy that was holding the vote for the DNC, you could tell he had an issue with his conscience there for a second. He really didn't want to go along with the script because he knew that that wasn't really how the people were voting. Regardless of what they were voting for, and if you agree with it or if you disagree with it, the point is that those delegates were sent there to represent the people and vote on the platform, and their votes are being ignored by the party. And if the people aren't making the party platform, then who is making the party platform? Because it's not the people. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you agree with what they're voting for. If you're for it or against it, that's not the point. The point is the people are supposed to vote on what the platform is in that instant. There's adopting a resolution. And obviously, the powers that be, the elites, the globalists, whoever at this point, I'm not real sure who's writing the script, but the scripted, decided that they wanted to change the platform, and it really didn't matter what the voters, what the delegates said about it. They were going to do it regardless, and they put it in the script, and the script was followed, even though that guy seemed to be having a little bit of a bout with his conscience at the moment. He ultimately decided to go along with the script. Same thing with Boehner, which was really disturbing about John Boner, is how he basically has absolutely no conscience at all and just reads through the script like it's another day out on the golf course. Really just, and Priebus, what is his name? Priebus, Reince Penis, whatever that guy's name is, the head of the RNC. He actually seems to be enjoying the power trip that he's on when he's ignoring the voters. These people are not representatives of the people, and that's only obvious at this point. And there's proof that both of these were scripted, and I'll go ahead and roll that now. Ben Swan, God bless his heart. I love Ben Swan. And I think anybody that watches my videos has to love Vince Swan. This is one of the only guys out there doing actual journalism. And God bless him, I think that he should get the Pulitzer. He should get the Pulitzer for like the next 3 years.
Speaker Boehner was reading from. We're going to take this video full so you can read along for yourself.
In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 have voted in the affirmative. The motion is adopted.
Well, one thing is certain. Both parties are pretty much the same at this point. The Republic is taking its last gasp of air because we really don't have a say in who the nominees are. That's only obvious at this point. We really don't have a say at what the platform of this two-party corrupt system is. And our delegates that we send there to represent us don't even have a voice at this point either. So, it begs the question. If the people of this country aren't writing the script that these parties are going by, then who is writing the script that these parties are going by? And what is the answer? Because I can tell you this, the two-party system has now failed the American people. And it's time that we come up with a solution for this. And I want to know what you guys think. What's the answer to this? What is the answer to fixing this? And I know a lot of people say third party or vote libertarian, and I'm all for both of those. But the problem is we have to break through to the point to where a third party or a libertarian party has the same stature with this corrupt media. They won't even let them into the debates. They won't even talk about them on the news. Look at Ron Paul, completely ignored him. Ron Paul was like Beetlejuice at the convention. And during the primary, he was like Beetlejuice. It's like journalists thought if they mentioned his name 3 times, he's going to pop up and start spraying liberty all over him or something. And Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And you've seen it at the convention. It was the same thing. They treated Ron Paul like he was Beetlejuice, like you couldn't say his name more than 3 times. And the tribute video they did for Ron Paul was okay. And I was actually scratching my head for a second because I was like, man, this video, the tribute video they did to Ron Paul, just is like throwing mud in the face of Ron Paul supporters because they're disrespecting Ron Paul so much other than the tribute video. I guess maybe they felt that was the bone to get Ron Paul supporters to vote Romney. Yeah, right. All that did was make Romney look that much worse. It's not the point of this video. I want to know what you guys think. How do we break through? How do we break through? And how do we go beyond this two-party system that has basically reached such a corruption point that it cannot be salvaged? It's just entrenched with the elites. And they just don't want the people to have a voice anymore. And if the people aren't writing the script, who's writing the script? And that's the other thing with the third party. We don't even know at this point, and I'm pretty certain that our votes can be manipulated at the state and federal level. So even if we would get a third party and say we'd vote for Ron Paul and Ron Paul would win the election by 60%, who's to say that those votes are even going to be tallied right at the end of the day? Who's to say they're not just going to manipulate the machines, the Diebold voting machines? There's no paper trail. There's no checks and balances. It just seems like we are completely screwed in this country when it comes to the Republic. It just seems like we was taken over a long time ago and just never realized it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Like this video, subscribe, and I'm also going to put a link at the bottom